Hi guys, this is Adrija and I'm going to be presenting my project on viral genome evolution. First, let's get into the basics. What is evolution? Evolution is the process by which organisms gradually develop over time, so they can have mutations which can either be favorable or non-favorable. Organisms with favorable mutations are naturally selected and successfully grow and reproduce while others eventually die. Gradually, as many years pass by, a majority of the population has a favorable trait, and this theory is Darwin's theory of natural selection. So here we can see the evolution of what is now a modern horse, and when I say gradually, you can see how long the time span is for evolution. Secondly, let's understand the structure of a virus briefly before we get into viral evolution. A virus contains a capsid, which is basically a protein coat made of capsimers. It contains a nucleic acid genome, which consists of either DNA or RNA. And the interesting thing is that this DNA and RNA can be single-stranded or double-stranded. And lastly, some viruses may contain an envelope, which basically contains proteins that may help it bind to a host cell. This is common in the infectious viruses. Now let's compare viral evolution to evolution in other living things. Firstly, many scientists theorize that giant viruses could have actually been the origin of life on Earth. And secondly, they debate whether or not viruses are living because they can only reproduce when inside a host cell, but at the same time, they contain their own genetic information. Similar to other organisms, viral DNA can become mutated due to polymerases during replication. Viral genomes are, in fact, the fastest evolving entities in biology due to their short replication time, and that can be seen in the graph here. You can see the replication time and mutation rate for DNA viruses and RNA viruses. Methods. The evolution of a viral genome can happen in a few similar ways. Firstly, random mutation. Viral polymerase mutation rate is actually much faster than cellular polymerase mutation rate. Because of this, they can cause viral DNA or RNA to mutate by adding the wrong base pairs. This is basically similar to the concepts of addition, deletion, etc. that we learned before. Usually, these mutations are deficient, but progressively they become infectious through natural selection. Recombination. There are two types of recombination. Self-recombination is when two viral genomes recombine through homologous crossing over when they co-infect a cell. Either the similar regions of the genomes pair up and exchange pairs, they basically recombine, or different segments are swapped. This is a reassortment. We'll get into more detail on that later. Recombination with the host, on the other hand, is when the viral genome recognizes and acquires sequences from the host cell. Reassortment. Reassortment happens in all segmented viruses during co-infection. Influenza is an 8-segment RNA virus. So if two different influenza strains co-infect a cell, the segments are reassorted. This is why we need flu shots every year. This is because there is always a new strain and we need new antibodies. A more specific example is a swine flu. When bird and human flu viruses affected a pig cell, the segments reassorted, leading to a new deadly virus, and that can be seen in the picture here. Gene amplification. Before we get into this, let's quickly define it. So firstly, copy number variation refers to the sections of a genome that repeat, and a large copy number variation is basically gene amplification. This can provide as a direct benefit to some viruses, for example, Pox viridae or the pox virus family. It provides them with an immediate advantage. Overall, gene amplification is beneficial because it provides more gene copies, and if there's more gene copies, there is more potential for beneficial mutations, and there is obviously natural selection of the viral genomes with beneficial point mutation. And that's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed my presentation and learned something. Thank you.